Hello, hello, chismosas y chismosos, and welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime, where I like to tell the stories of the real cucuys and lloronas of the world. I'm Audrey, a paralegal turned stay-at-home mom who loves true crime. The cases I cover are wild, topics may be triggering, viewer and listener discretion is advised. With all that being said, grab your hot Cheetos, and let's get started on today's case. Qianya Amy Huang is described as an Asian 24-year-old assigned female, 5'1", black hair, brown eyes, with a light complexion, approximately 100 pounds. She was born on September 3rd of the millennium. Amy is the daughter of hard-working immigrants. Thanks to their hard work and amazing parenting, she graduated from UC Berkeley and San Francisco State University. Amy studied and specialized in a Master's of Social Work. Amy's passion is to raise awareness of mental health issues, specifically in the Asian community. At the time of her disappearance, she was working for a mental health clinic and maintained a close relationship bond with her colleagues and friends. Amy likes to try new restaurants, go to the movies, cook, hike, and play pickleball. That previous weekend, before she went missing, Amy had hung out with her friends and she had plans for the upcoming weekend as well. Amy was planning a trip to Asia. She lived in San Francisco with her tight-knit family. Amy does not have a history of any known illnesses, nor does she take any regular medication. Amy's recent searches included tax, job, license, school applications, and bills. On Monday, March 31st, 2025, she worked from home and did laundry. At 6 p.m., she complained about allergies to her mom, and her mom made her a cup of tea. She went to her room, put on her pajamas, and went to bed. In the middle of the night, technically Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, at 1:17 a.m., she walked out of her room with her phone in her hand and used the bathroom. At 1:21 a.m., she opened the front door and walked to her car, which was parked outside, without her wallet. At 1:26 a.m., she started to drive towards the San Mateo Bridge that leads to Hayward. At 1:50 a.m., she stopped and parked on the side of the bridge for 10 seconds. Then she continues to drive towards Hayward on the San Mateo Bridge. She gets to the end of the bridge and turns around and heads back towards San Mateo and starts driving towards San Mateo at 2:09 a.m. At 2:12 a.m., 3 minutes into the San Mateo Bridge heading towards San Mateo, she parked her car on the side of the bridge, turns on her hazard lights, leaves her phone and keys inside of her car, walks away, and has not been seen since. At 3:01 a.m., her car is found by California Highway Patrol and they tow it away. The online super sleuths on Reddit think that she went to 24-hour McDonald's in Hayward, realized she left her wallet in her work bag at home, and turned back. Others think that if a person abandons their car and phone on a bridge, it indicates they took their own life. I saw a comment that said that maybe she told her mom she had allergies to cover up the fact she was crying. When Amy's family reported her missing to authorities, they were told, and I quote, that there was nothing they could do other than wait for the body to hit the shores next week, unquote. The San Mateo Hayward Bridge is the 25th longest bridge in the world. It connects the San Francisco Peninsula with the East Bay. The east side of the bridge is in Hayward and the western side of the bridge is in Foster City. The San Mateo Bridge does not have a pedestrian walk path. There are some stop points off the shoulder where you can park your car if you need to, but walking the bridge is not normal and seems to be very dangerous. Some parts of the bridge are not that high off the water. The lowest points are from 100 to 200 feet from the water. The high-rise area of the bridge ranges from 186 to 208 feet tall. The San Mateo Hayward Bridge is part of the 92 freeway. On the Hayward side of the bridge, it links to the 880 freeway, and on the Foster City side of the bridge, it links to the 101 freeway. The San Mateo Bridge runs almost exactly parallel and is in the middle of the San Francisco Bay Bridge and the Dumbarton Bridge. A December 3, 2022 San Francisco Chronicle article states that between Hayward and San Mateo, some areas are 12 inches deep. There is a high-rise section of the bridge, but there is no pedestrian walkways on it. The total length of the San Mateo Bridge is 7 miles. A September 22, 2000 article from the Daily Journal provided the following information. A 56-year-old woman jumped off the San Mateo Bridge the previous day just after 12 p.m. and survived a suicide attempt. She did not have her ID with her, but authorities were able to confirm that she was from Lodi, California. Within 30 minutes, the Redwood City Police reached the woman by boat and was transported by ambulance to Stanford Hospital, where she was treated for hypothermia, facial injuries, and internal injuries. What the article failed to report was the mental health injury. What about her mental health? Your mental health should be treated just as if you fell and hurt your elbow. This article reports Officer Jim Carey with the Foster City Police say they get 1 or 2 jumps from the San Mateo Bridge per year, and that number is small in comparison to the 300 jumps a year from the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. An August 17, 2016 East Bay Times article provided that the CHP reported a young woman parked her car on the San Mateo Bridge on a Wednesday afternoon and jumped off in an apparent suicide attempt. Driving east on the bridge, minutes before 4 p.m., she took off all her clothes except her pants and jumped off into the water on the south side of the bridge. The U.S. Coast Guard were called in search for the woman. Within an hour, she was saved and pulled out of the water by a helicopter. She was half conscious and taken to the Stanford Medical Center, and she survived. On May 3, 2019, Jonathan Faia Banda Balia went missing. His 1998 Honda Accord was found on the San Mateo Bridge the next day. On April 2nd, 2025 at 2 p.m., the deceased body of a 30-year-old man named Geraldo Zamora Lopez was found near the San Mateo Bridge. He was found in the back seat of his Toyota Sienna. My family and I were driving on the San Mateo Bridge this past Saturday over the weekend. We were on our way to Palo Alto, and we saw Amy's loved one standing on the side of the bridge, taking in first-hand accounts of the area, taking pictures and videos, wondering, like us all, where she could have gone. If you have any information regarding Amy Huang, please contact the San Francisco Police Department. We've reached the end of today's episode of Bay Area Housewife of True Crime. Thank you so much for coming down the rabbit hole where I currently live. As always, I accept and respect your opinions. If you'd like a copy of my references or notes or have a case in mind you'd like me to cover, hit me up at yayareahousewife@gmail.com. I'll see you chismosas y chismosos in the next video. Adios.